Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson from the shotgun. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. 7 yards there and a first down.
Let's go. That's another Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, here's Breida. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
91 is the mic. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check 91.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. And the Packers pick it up. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think the teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
26. Hey, Haywood.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson looking for Campbell downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Check that, he won.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. It's complete to Grant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Ready. Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
Jackson now operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
No score after one on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, he's got some breathing room. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Dolphins, first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
It's our time. Check Mike, man, Mike, man, watch the run, watch the run. Check Mike, man, man. All right.
Now Jackson on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Austin Hooper. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal in the...
It's a foot race. The 30, 10, touchdown, Packers. Dexter Williams, his fourth touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number one seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch twist.
They run with Breida. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 37-yard line.
3 down, 3 down. Check Mike, Mike. You better be
On second and 12, Jackson is going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and that'll make it third down.
Here we go. Henry, get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
From the gun, Jackson, flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 38.
You got 3 down, 3 down.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
I'm on. Hey, we got tight right. Hey, boy, you got 4 down.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Campbell making the catch. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Watch time. Tight end right.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Leads to second and goal.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
This one quickly into the hands of Landry. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
At the 19-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Run, right! Give me that ball, defense! Give me that ball! Hey, wahoo! 6-6, pull it.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Trying to lay one up, and got his man, complete! And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
To Marquise Goodwin. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Second and 5 now. Rodgers, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Team 6. Lance.
Check 55 to Mike. I'm coming for you, Mike.
Hey, 88. 55. Flip again.
Rodgers to throw once more. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field.
Hey, 626. Hey, 626.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, and we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Sliding out of the pocket. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the 1st half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get him. Hey, check right.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half.
At their 48-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And it's third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Jackson got an open man. That's Campbell. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Jackson now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Check Mike 99, Mike 99. Target, 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 target. Check Mike 99, Mike 99. Yeah. Check Mike 99, Mike 99.
Again, Jackson. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Box it. Come to my work. Yes. Come to my work. Mike 52. Get up.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers, he's going to look, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go nowhere, 22, go nowhere. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy. With that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now it's Breida. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
50 to Mike. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Now it's Jackson. And here he's got Grant. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 87 yards. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jackson now. And finding the tight end, Hooper. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt, but with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Here's Jackson, and it's caught by Parker. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
Oh, we got it. We got it. Good job, D. Good job, D.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away.
Let's go.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Get 300. Get 300. Boom, boom. Small. 552. What we got? What we got to do?
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Well, that last run for a 1st down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they've had in the box. They need to add more people.
We got to step it up. Shift! Watch the shift!
On the Jets sweep, here's Grant. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Down! 60 outlaw! And here we go. That's it! Watch the pass!
From the gun, Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Jump out!
52, Mike, 52.
Hey, foxtrot.
Check, 52.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Come get some. Come get me, nigga.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Deep ball for Goodwin. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll run him now out of the gun. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hey, Charlie! Box it! Not ready for this, man. Yes! They still playing soccer. Hey, Mike! Y'all playing the wrong football.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers over the middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
You don't want nothing to get inside. You don't want to see. You don't want 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Yeah!
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, Preston Smith in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, Williams. Josh Jones in on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Rodgers. It's Williams on the catch. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
First down, Green Bay.
50. 58.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. 36, 36. Hey, watch it, watch it. Big it.
They'll run on first down. Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11th. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. But we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up. Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range. And
there he goes left side, past the 20. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his third touchdown now on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
it's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Hey, Haywood.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.